There's a money matters guy. His name is Dave Ramsey, not to be confused with Gordon Ramsay, the chef, but Dave Ramsey. He has a syndicated radio show. He's got a podcast, and he's a Christian, a believer, person of faith. He goes around to churches and conferences and does a lot of what he would say, and I believe his website says Bible-based financial things. So he's he's somebody that people pay attention to in regards to finances. Well, he had made a statement about the stimulus package. Now, let me be clear, not the current package, but the package under President Trump, the $600. Remember that? So I know it was so long ago, we're all going, did we get $600? $600 doesn't go a long way nowadays. But he said if $600 in that stimulus package, if $600 can solve your problems, then if you're waiting on $600 to solve your problems, I don't want to misquote him. If you're waiting on $600 to solve your problems, then you have bigger issues than what you think. Now, that which he said was spurring thoughts of people saying, has Dave Ramsey forgotten where he's come from? Because he has the typical story. The typical story of the guy that was in business and something happened to his business and he goes bankrupt, then he loses everything, and then he, invests it all in a dream and a goal, and it blows up and he's successful, and that's the story, right? And so people are saying, has he forgotten where he came from? Now, I used the Dave Ramsey story, and I will just tell you, I don't know much about Dave Ramsey, and I'm not, I didn't even realize who he was until I read the story, and then I started searching for who he is and did a little research. But not to knock Dave Ramsey or to throw stones at Dave Ramsey, but I think that overall, his statement and the question, the question that came out of it, which is, has Dave Ramsey forgotten where he came from? That opens up a whole nother world. And the statement is, we're living in two Americas. There's the haves and the have-nots. It is the ruling class and those that are being ruled by the class. It's the old saying that, you live by the golden rule. Well, what's the golden rule? Those who have the gold get to make the rules. And so that's where we are. Now, I will say that the statement, to me personally, when Dave Ramsey says, if you're expecting $600 to solve your problems, then you have a bigger problem than what you think, that makes me sound like you've lost touch with most of the people in America, because $600 can do a lot. If you have a $300 car payment, that's 2 months of car payments. If you're not concerned about that, then you obviously are living in a different world from me. Some people, that's a portion of their rent. If they're paying $1,200 a month, $600 is half their rent. Some people spend $100 a week in groceries. That's $400 a month. That's their grocery bill. And $100 obviously is just for a few people. I mean, there's 5 of us in our household, and anytime we can get out of the grocery store, for the week for less than $200, I think we've done something fantastic. One time we got out of there, it was $168, and I looked at my wife and said, "What did we forget? What did we forget?" Because we're getting out of here so cheap. But I think that people forget there are people in that little $600 meant the world to people. This next stimulus package means the world to people. Income tax time, when people know that they're going to get a refund, it means the world to people. I am all for let's do better. I am all for let's get to the next level. I am all for, if you are on public assistance and welfare, that's what it's there for. If you need it, you use it. But if you're at the point to where you've been able to get off of it and step up, then get on your knees at night and thank the good Lord above that you've been able to do that. But I don't think that when we step to the next level, whatever that is, that we can forget that there are people out there that are needing every piece of help that they can get. My family and I'll probably talk about this over time here on the Daily Talk, so you want to stay tuned, because I will share personal stuff as well. But my family and I were looking at the end of 2020. Had not a miracle taken place, we were about to be thrown out into the streets. We are not in the home that we were in for 12 years. That's gone. And only by the grace of God are we not in the streets. Were we able to make it? Doors opened. When they talk about God waiting to the last minute, or the universe opening a door at the last minute, that was us. And when I say open it, He cracked it open just at the last minute. And were it not for the grace of God, we would be in the street. But now here we are, building and rebuilding, and God is showing favor and grace to us. And we're happy about that. But how foolish would it be of me? Foolish would it be of me to hear somebody else that's struggling and say, "Oh, well, that's your problem, not mine." That would mean I have forgotten where I was. We can never, ever, ever, ever forget where we were. When you are losing and you start winning, that is no time to run around and gloat. We can be thankful. We can thank the Lord. We can thank the universe. We can thank all of those people that came around to help us. But we can never, ever forget where we were, and that there are people that are there that need a break and a blessing just like we did. And maybe many times we get to the next level so we can turn around and even assist people and not give them a hand out, but maybe give them a hand up.